Okay, so this is the way that I do my Anki cards. Well, first of all, I have an Excel spreadsheet, and I have a full tab and a temporary tab. Full tab is where I store all the words I know. Temp tab is where I store the ones that I'm working on right now and about to put into Anki. And as you can see at the top, I've got several categories, and those correspond to the categories that I have in my Anki cards, in the fields that I have. So I input the Chinese character, for example, Pao Mo, which is going to be bubble. And then I'll just write the meaning. And then all these other fields are going to be filled in later. So what I can do is, once I've got enough, and normally I've got, I can get up to 50 or so, I'll copy them and paste them into this site, Chinese converter. And then it's a very simple converter where you can take the Hanzi, change it into pinyin, and then I'll just copy that and then paste that back into my Excel sheet. But when I paste it, I find out that there's a couple of spaces. There's some spaces between the words, and I don't really like that. So I do a find and replace, and I replace that space with nothing, and then the pinions all together like it should be. So once I've got enough words, I'll save my file. As an Excel file, but I'll save it as a Unicode text. And then I've usually always got one in the folder, so I just replace it. It'll say that you can only save the active sheet. Well, that's good. That's what I want. So some formatting bullshit. I'll say yes. And then I'm okay. I can close it out. And so I've got that text file now. And then I want to, again, do this additional step of saving that one as a UTF-8 file, because that's what Anki understands. And you can still see that I've got my English headers up top. That's okay. That'll create another card, but I can just delete it. So now I open up Anki and I decide to import that text file. So open it up, and then you can see that I'm going to import it. The type of card that I want is the one that I designed called Adam's Chinese Cards 1. And then the deck that I'm importing it in is Chinese Full. And then you can see that my fields, Hanzi, image, pinyin, etc., are the same fields that I've got in Excel. So the same 9 headings. Then import it, and it looks like I've got a couple of duplicates. That's fine. I'm okay with duplicates. So I close that, and then those cards should be in there, so I can take a look now. And I can go to Browse, and I can take a look at my deck. And that last one that I entered, Pao Mo, well, that's in there. So now you can see that the fields match. And then I want to add a picture. So I'm gonna search for a picture because I feel like it's helpful to have that when I'm doing my cards. So for example, if I want to look for bubble, bubble has a couple of meanings in Chinese. It could mean an actual bubble that a kid blows, but it also could mean a financial bubble. So I'll just find one that I think works for me. Doesn't really matter what image, it just matters that it's an image. So I'll use Bing. Baidu isn't the greatest for saving images, although I do like looking for a Chinese image. and then you just copy it. You don't need to save the image really, you just copy it, paste it into the image field, and voila, there it is. Um, and that's pretty much how it works. And don't forget to sync it up. Get in sync. Okay, one more thing to take a look at is the fields. Fields in the cards. So previously we mentioned that I made my own fields, and they're pretty simply named Hansa, image, pinyin, meaning, etc. Um, those are the fields for this type of card. And when you look at my cards and you look at the way that they're displayed, I only wanted the Chinese characters on the front, and then on the back I wanted all my information so I can sort of spend some time to look at it. So the way that I've got it set up on the back template is just like this. And I just sort of worked with their coding a little bit and just wrote, I want my image at the top. So that's, again, that's the same name, the exact same name as my field name. And then pinyin, and then that BR I finally realized means break, line break, I guess. And then meaning spelled exactly the same, sample, sample 2, sample 3, etc. And then it gives you a little preview of what it should be like. And yeah, that's it.